Good evening and welcome to News Geelong. Tonight, the regional G21 Alliance has a number of upcoming events to be held in Geelong and surrounding districts, continuing to showcase the strength of the alliance of 5 councils and 1 borough to other regions around Victoria and Australia. From the world of active Geelong sport, the Flying Hawk Nathan Curry reports on the very successful Victorian Squash Championships held at the Coria Leisure Time Centre last weekend. And of course, weather-wise, water has been a central element of activity prevailing around Geelong and surrounding districts over the weekend, and sparkling Lani Salathiel will join us with the latest predictions over the next few days. Opening tonight's News Geelong, once upon a time there was a young man who grew up on a shrimp farm together with his 2 brothers, 1 sister and 2 parrots in South Australia. Now an Oscar-winning independent stop-motion animation writer and director with stories like Harvey Crumpet and more recently the International Animation Feature Film Award for Mary and Max, Adam Elliott. He visited Geelong Gallery to open his exhibition featuring products and clay models used in his new film Mary and Max, as Ian Nichols reports.
Here we are at the Geelong Art Gallery, and I've got to say it's not very often we have an Academy Award-winning writer and director in this city of ours by the Bay. But for the next few weeks we're lucky enough to have an exhibition from the choreographer and highly acclaimed director Adam Elliott, who won his Academy Award for the movie Harvey Crumpet in 2004. But this exhibition deals with another full-length animated movie called Mary and Max. You've been described as a choreographer. How would you describe yourself?
Well, I don't know. I never know what to put on my business card because, to be honest, I don't really have a business card, but I think choreographer's my favourite because it's a pretentious word I invented myself because I couldn't find a word that aptly described what I do. And what I do is I make animated films, of course, and I make them using the stop-motion animation technique, which means that every prop, set and character in my films has been handcrafted. And my films are also semi-biographical. I base my characters on real people. So I thought, well, they're biographies, they're clay animation, so why don't I combine those words and come up with this pretentious word called choreography?
Well, it's very descriptive, and interestingly enough, you don't rely on any computer images. This is all handcrafted, as you say.
Yeah, we're very proud of that. There's always a temptation to use computers, even in stop-motion animation, to do effects like rain and water and smoke. But we chose to do things the traditional way, the way they've been done for over 100 years. And so for us, fire is red cellophane, rain we use a fishing line, and so things like running water we use good old Vaseline and substances like that. So yes, we're proud of the fact that every prop, set and character you see on the big screen has been handmade by somebody. This
is all the work of one movie, isn't it? Mary and Max, a 92-minute animated film?
Yeah, Mary Max is feature length. It took us 5 years to make. It cost about $8.2 million to produce, and on this film, unlike Harvey Crumpet and my earlier shorts, I had a huge crew of people, over 120 people to help me make it. And of course I didn't make all these bits and pieces, our wonderful art department did, and we had 6 animators who animated it all. We had a full camera department who lit it, who made it all look beautiful. My job was really just like, it was to oversee it all. I always say I wasn't really the director of the film, I was the ringmaster of the circus, but I had a lot of fun. It was very challenging, but we got there in the end.
Since 2004, has your life changed dramatically at all?
Oh, look, I think that Oscar is something that it never fades. Somebody said to me a while back, it's like winning 100 Logies all at once. But, you know, you try not to think about the past. I'm more interested in making more films, and we call the Oscar a golden crowbar. It really helps open doors and allows me to make the films I've always wanted to make. But, you know, you're only as good as your last film, and it all comes down to a good story. And without a good story, all this money and time and effort is really is pointless unless you have a good story well told.
At the Geelong Art Gallery for the Mary and Max exhibition, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. G21, Geelong Region Alliance, is a formal alliance of government, business and community organisations working together to improve the lives of people within the Geelong region across 5 municipalities: Greater Geelong, Surf Coast, Colac Otway, Golden Plains and Queenscliff. News Geelong spoke with CEO Elaine Carbines about upcoming G21 events showcasing our region around Victoria and Australia, as Debbie Meaney reports.
Geelong will be showcased in a sustainability conference which will be held next year. The chief of the G21 Council's alliance body, Elaine Carbines, filled me in on the conference.
Lucky to secure the SEGRA conference, which is Sustainable Economic Growth in Regional Australia. We've secured that to come to Geelong in October next year, which means that in October we'll have probably between 200 and 300 delegates from around the nation, all people that come from regional Australia coming to Geelong to join together to celebrate what's best practice and showcase our region to them. So it's a great opportunity for Geelong next year.
And why is this region particularly great in your mind?
We're very lucky here because we've regional leaders, civic leaders across the 5 municipalities that make up G21 region, the Geelong region. That's the City of Greater Geelong, Borough Queenscliff, Surf Coast Shire, Golden Plains and Colac Otway, came together about 8 years ago and decided that it was better to work together rather than in, I suppose, opposition to each other. And they've, since that time, formed the company which I now head up, which is called G21, to plan to improve the lives of the people in this region, which is a pretty dynamic thing to do. And G21 and the leadership of those councils is actually a template for regional planning across the nation. We've been great initiators of this type of planning across the country, so we're quite proud of that fact.
And this really showcases the area?
It certainly does. When the conference comes next year, having up to 300 delegates here, hopefully they'll be staying on or coming a little bit before with their families to have a look around the wider Geelong region. We've got so much to show to them here when you think about the Bellarine Peninsula and the lovely wineries, or if you want to travel down to Surf Coast, Great Ocean Road, into the Otways through Colac Otway Shire, into the Golden Plains Shire, which is, you know, our rural shire, and the City of Greater Geelong with the waterfront has got so much to offer. So I'm sure they'll be very tempted to stay a little longer, Debbie.
Well, we love living in Geelong, and it's great to have G21 with such a wonderful idea.
Yeah, it's fabulous. We're doing this with the City of Greater Geelong and with the support of Regional Development Victoria. So we're looking forward to having the opportunity to showcase what we do to plan for our region, but also at the same time to have that spin-off for the businesses in our region next year when those delegates hopefully come with large wallets.
At G21 in Moorabool Street, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. This is News Geelong on the first official calendar day of summer 2010, as we go to a break and return with more news after this.